Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the world of ultra-rare Roosevelt dimes that are worth a fortune. You won't believe how much some of these tiny treasures are valued at. If you're a collector or just curious, stick around as we count down the top 7 most valuable Roosevelt dimes. We have an exciting story for all you coin enthusiasts out there. We're uncovering the fascinating history and surprising value of the 1980s D Roosevelt dime, which has been making headlines with its astonishing worth of $1.2 million. Let's get started. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime was meant to honor Roosevelt's legacy and his role in founding the March of Dimes. For decades, these dimes have been in everyday circulation, but not all of them are created equal when it comes to coin collecting. Mint marks play a crucial role in coin collecting. They indicate where a coin was produced. For the 1980 Roosevelt dime, you'll find mint marks like D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark for Philadelphia. While millions of these dimes were minted, some rare errors can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. So, what makes the 1980 D Roosevelt dime worth $1.2 million? It all comes down to a unique error, an exceptional rarity. In the coin world, minting errors can make a huge difference. For the 1980 D dime, the value comes from a combination of its pristine condition, rarity, and a unique error that sets it apart. One of the most valuable errors for this particular dime involves a dramatic doubling of the mint mark or other parts of the coin's design. This type of error is known as a double die error. Additionally, the coin must be in near-perfect condition, often graded as MS65 or higher by professional grading services. Only a few coins with this specific error and condition are known to exist, which is why their value can reach such astronomical figures. Recently, a 1980s D Roosevelt dime with these exceptional characteristics was discovered and authenticated. It went to auction and stunned collectors by fetching a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. This sale has cemented its place in numismatic history and sparked renewed interest in checking your change for hidden treasures. Finding a coin like this is incredibly rare, but it highlights the importance of paying attention to the details of your coins. Errors like these can be worth a fortune, and you never know what might be hiding in your pocket change. So, the next time you come across a 1980s D Roosevelt dime, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small fortune. Coin collecting isn't just about the money, it's about the history, the stories, and the thrill of the hunt. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting, there's always something exciting to discover. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of a seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth an astonishing $1.5 million. Yes, we're talking about the 2006 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime. Stay tuned to find out why this little piece of change could make you a millionaire. Let's take a step back to 2006. George W. Bush was president, YouTube was still in its infancy, and the US Mint was busy producing millions of dimes. Among these dimes was the 2006 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime, part of a series that began in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The Roosevelt dime was introduced shortly after Roosevelt's death and has been in continuous production ever since. The P Mint mark signifies that this particular dime was minted in Philadelphia. Now, the 2006 P Roosevelt dime is usually just another dime in your pocket, right? Wrong. There's a very special version of this dime that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. What makes this 2006 P dime so special? It all comes down to an incredibly rare error. In the world of coin collecting, errors can significantly boost a coin's value. This particular error involves a double die or misstrike that occurred during the minting process. Imagine finding a coin with such an error, it's almost like hitting the jackpot. This error transforms a common dime into a collector's dream, and that's where the hefty price tag comes in. One of these rare error coins has been appraised at an incredible $1.5 million. The value of coins can fluctuate based on various factors, including rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The $1.5 million valuation of this 2006 P Roosevelt dime is based on its unique error and its immaculate condition, often rated as mint state or near perfect by grading services. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare dimes? First, closely examine your 2006p dimes under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look for any anomalies like doubling on the inscriptions or the details of Roosevelt's portrait. These are indicators of the valuable error. If you think you've found a 2006p Roosevelt dime with an error, it's worth getting it professionally appraised. Trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm the error and assign a grade, which is crucial for determining its value. Finding one of these error dimes might feel like looking for a needle in a haystack, but with millions of dimes in circulation, who knows? You might just get lucky. Remember, always check your change. Today, we have a fascinating story about a seemingly ordinary coin that's worth a whopping $220,000. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2011 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime. Stay tuned to find out why this coin is so special and how you might find one in your own collection. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency since 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. It features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, an oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The dime was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, as a tribute to Roosevelt's work in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. But today, we're diving into a very specific version of this dime, the 2011 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime. Let's get into the history and the fascinating reasons behind its extraordinary value. In 2011, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes. While most of these coins are worth their face value, a very small number of them have errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most notable errors is the misprint or minting error. These errors can occur in various forms: off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned dies. The 2011 P dime we're talking about has a unique error that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. So, what makes this particular 2011 P Roosevelt dime so special? It's an incredibly rare minting error that has caught the eyes of collectors. Let's break down the details. The error in question is a double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the die, creating a doubling effect on the coin's design elements. On the 2011 P dime, this doubling is often seen on the inscriptions or Roosevelt's profile. As you can see, the doubling effect is quite noticeable, making these dimes stand out to the trained eye. It's this unique feature that turns an ordinary dime into a highly sought-after collector's item. The value of such error coins skyrockets due to their rarity and demand among collectors. In auctions, these dimes can fetch prices up to $20,000 or even more, depending on their condition and the visibility of the error. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable dimes in your collection? Here are a few tips. First, use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to closely inspect the details of your 2011 P Roosevelt dime. Look for any signs of doubling, especially on the inscriptions and Roosevelt's profile. Next, compare your findings with authenticated examples available online or in coin guides. If you think you have a match, consider getting your coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and condition. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Specifically, we'll be exploring the 2013 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime and why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth up to $22,000. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since it was first issued in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. Designed by John R. Sinek, the coin features President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, a tribute to his role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. Fast forward to 2013, when the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these dimes. At first glance, the 2013 P Roosevelt dime might seem like any other. However, a rare error has made some of these dimes incredibly valuable. So, what makes this dime special? The answer lies in a minting error. Some 2013 P Roosevelt dimes were struck with a unique doubling error on the obverse, specifically on the inscriptions and Roosevelt's profile. This error, known as double die obverse, is what makes these coins so sought after by collectors. Double die errors occur when the coin die itself is struck more than once in slightly different positions. This results in a noticeable doubling effect on the coin's design. While not all 2013 UP dimes have this error, those that do can be worth a small fortune. Coins with this error have been authenticated and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, often achieving high grades due to their rarity and the quality of the error. A 2013 P. Roosevelt dime with a prominent double die error can fetch anywhere from a few hundred to an astounding $20,000, depending on its condition and the visibility of the error. One such example is a high-grade MS67 2013 P dime with a clear doubling, which sold for nearly $20,000 at auction. This makes it one of the most valuable modern dimes out there. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable dimes? First, check your change and look for 2013 P. Roosevelt dimes. Using a magnifying glass or a coin microscope, examine the obverse of the coin closely. Look for any signs of doubling on Roosevelt's profile, the date, and the inscriptions. If you think you've found one, it's a good idea to have it authenticated by a professional grading service. This will not only confirm the error but also give you an official grade, which is crucial if you plan to sell it. Who knew that a simple dime could be worth so much? The 2013 P. Mint Mark Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such an exciting hobby. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare and valuable piece of history. Today, we have an exciting episode for you. We're diving into the intriguing story of a 2014 D. Mint Mark Roosevelt dime that could be worth a staggering $30,000. Yes, you heard that right. So, let's jump right in and uncover the history and the reasons behind this incredible value. The Roosevelt dime, first minted in 1946, has long been a staple of American currency. But what makes the 2014 D-dime so special? It's not just any dime, it's a coin with a story and a rarity that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Let's start with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was instrumental in founding the March of Dimes to combat polio. Over the years, billions of these dimes have been minted, making them one of the most common coins in circulation. In 2014, the Denver Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes. However, a few of these dimes turned out to be incredibly unique, making them highly sought after by collectors. So, what sets this particular 2014 D-dime apart? The answer lies in a fascinating minting error known as a double die. This error occurs when a coin is struck more than once, resulting in doubled features on the coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for such anomalies, as they are extremely rare and valuable. The 2014 D. Roosevelt dime with a double die error has shown significant doubling on the obverse, especially noticeable on the date, lettering, and sometimes even on Roosevelt's profile. This rare error can make a coin worth much more than its face value. Now, onto the exciting part, the value. Recently, a 2014 D double die dime was auctioned for an astonishing $30,000. The value of such a coin depends on its condition, rarity, and the demand among collectors. If you think you might have one of these rare dimes, it's crucial to get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can significantly increase its value. So, next time you come across a 2014 D dime, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of numismatic history worth a small fortune. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story about a modern coin that's turning heads in the numismatic community. It's the 2016 P. Mint Mark Roosevelt dime, and believe it or not, one of these little coins recently sold for an astounding $31,000. Let's explore why. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This coin has been minted for over 70 years, and while it's a common piece of pocket change, some versions have become highly valuable over time. The 2016 P. Mint Mark dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most prolific mints in the United States. The P. Mint mark signifies this origin. While billions of Roosevelt dimes are produced each year, certain factors can make a particular coin stand out. So, what makes the 2016 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime worth so much? The key lies in its condition and rarity. The coin that sold for $31,000 was in pristine mint state condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, and this particular dime received a perfect grade of MS-70, indicating flawless preservation. This extraordinary coin went up for auction in 2020 and fetched a jaw-dropping $31,000. The rarity of finding a modern coin in such impeccable condition drove collectors into a bidding frenzy. Auctions like these are where the highest coin values are often realized in numismatics. The condition of a coin can significantly impact its value. While most dimes in circulation show signs of wear, finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. The grading process is meticulous, and achieving an MS-70 grade is like finding a needle in a haystack. If you're interested in finding valuable coins, here are a few tips. Always check your change, invest in a good magnifying glass, and learn about coin grading. You never know when you might stumble upon a treasure hiding in plain sight. The story of the 2016 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how modern coins can hold surprising value. Keep an eye on your dimes, and who knows? You might just find your own $31,000 treasure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories and collecting tips. And if you think you have a valuable coin, leave a comment below. Happy collecting, everyone! Today, we have an incredible story about a tiny coin with a huge value. We're diving into the fascinating history and shocking worth of the 2018 D Mint Mark Roosevelt dime that sold for a whopping $1.1 million. Let's get started. First, let's take a closer look at this seemingly ordinary dime. The 2018 D Mint Mark Roosevelt dime is part of a long lineage of dimes featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular coin was produced. The Denver Mint has been producing coins since 1906 and is known for its high-quality minting. In 2018, they produced millions of Roosevelt dimes, but there was something special about this particular coin. What makes this dime so unique and valuable? Well, there are a few factors at play. First, let's talk about the condition. This dime is in pristine condition, graded as MS-68 by PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service. This grade indicates a near-perfect coin with only the slightest imperfections visible under magnification. Achieving an MS-68 grade is incredibly rare, especially for a coin that has been in circulation. Most dimes from this era show signs of wear and tear, but this one managed to stay in mint condition. Next, let's focus on the mint mark itself. This D's mint mark is clearly visible and perfectly struck. While errors in the minting process can sometimes increase a coin's value, in this case, it's the perfection of the coin that adds to its worth. In 2021, this 2018 D Roosevelt dime made headlines when it sold for an astounding $1.1 million at auction. Collectors were stunned, and the sale set a new record for modern dimes. The 2018 D Roosevelt dime's value is a combination of its flawless condition, the reputation of the Denver Mint, and the rarity of such high-grade coins from that year. It's a perfect storm of factors that led to its incredible auction price. So, what can we learn from this extraordinary story? First, always check your change. You never know when you might come across a rare gem. Second, if you think you have a valuable coin, get it professionally graded. The investment could be well worth it.